Hey guys, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Today we are pickling beets. So you want to start off with your beets. You're going to cut off the stem and the root of each beet, rinse them off and wash them really well, and then throw them in a pot of boiling water. I'm going to cut mine in half because my beets are pretty big. And we're going to get them in the water and get these boiling. Once they're to a boil, you let them boil for about 15 minutes or until they become soft, and then we'll get peeling them. So I forgot to mention before cutting them that it's 10 pounds of beets that we're using. So for those 10 pounds, I'm going to start with 8 500 milliliter jars. That should be good for now. And while the beets are boiling down, I'm going to add whole cloves to each jar. So the recipe calls for several. I want to be precise in each jar. So I'm using half a teaspoon, and you're going to just take your whole cloves on the teaspoon. And as I said, put them at the bottom of each jar. So we're going to go ahead and do that for all of them. So now that my beets are done boiling, I'm going to want to take 2 cups of the beet water and transfer it into a separate pot, because then we're going to mix other ingredients in with the beet water to make the brine that goes into the mason jars. So there's 1 cup. And you just want to be careful because it is so hot. And 2 cups. Now we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to drain the rest of these beets out here and let them cool. So once you have boiled your beets and you can stick a fork through them, you are going to drain them and peel off the skins. It's pretty simple. So once you've got them peeled, you're going to cut them, and you're going to cut them to the desired size that you want. So first of all, they have to fit in the jars, and then if you like smaller pieces, do smaller pieces. If you like slices, do slices. It's however you like to eat them from the jar. So we're going to slice all these all up, and then we're going to put them into our jars. Fill each jar to the neck of the jar, and you're going to fill them. And then we'll fill it with the brine after. So we're doing cubes because we just want little pieces to put on the sides of things, or to just kind of pop the jar open and pop into our mouth. So here we have our jar full of our beets. Cloves are at the bottom. And you just want to leave a little bit of head space at the top because we're going to pour our brine over it once we make the brine. So we're going to fill our jars, and then we'll get started on the brine, and we'll take you through that. So we've got all our jars packed with the beets. This ended up doing 11 500 milliliter jars. So just to give you an idea, aim between 10 and 11. Now we're going to go over and make our brine that's going to pour on top. So we're starting off with the 2 cups of the beet water that we saved, and we're going to add 4 cups of white vinegar to our mixture. So there's 2 and 4. And then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of pickling salt, and 2 cups of white sugar. And then you're going to mix that all together, and you're going to bring it to a boil. So once this is bring up to a boil, you are going to let it boil for about a minute. And now we are going to take this hot brine, using a funnel into our jars here. We're just pouring it over the beets until you get to about 1/4 inch headspace at the top. So just a little bit more in here. You just want to get most of the beets covered. So now we're done that. You're going to take a damp paper towel or cloth, wipe the rims so that there's no debris on the rims. And then we're going to come in and get one of our hot lids. Now be careful, the lid's hot, the jar's hot, the beets are hot, everything is hot. And then we're going to put a band around it. And then after we do that, so again, be careful, we are going to Transfer them to our hot water bath and process them for 10 minutes. Now that these have processed for 10 minutes, we're going to take them out of the canner, or sorry, out of the water, and that's it. So that is pickled beets. Join us next time and we will see what else we're cooking from our garden. Talk to you later. Bye.